What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dawkins on Duke. It's me, your host, Andre Dawkins. This week we got Duke captain, senior captain, Joey Baker, and our producer, Mitchell Gladstone. Just talking about the season coming up. Getting really excited for the game tomorrow night. So hope you guys enjoy. Also, make sure you go check us out on Twitter at the Field of 68 and at me personally at Dre_Dawkins. For those of you who are on hopped on the locker rooms last year, we're probably going to switch over to Twitter Spaces this year. So follow me so you can see when we're going live. But yeah, make sure you're subscribing, commenting, reaching out to us on Twitter. Let us know what you think and who you want to hear from next. Super excited about Duke basketball being back and looking forward to a big win over Kentucky. So hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you next week. All right, so this week we got a special guest, Duke captain, Duke senior captain, the one and only Joey Baker. What's going on, man?
Not much. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming on. So we start every podcast the same way. What was your welcome to Duke moment?
My welcome to Duke moment was, I think, the first practice in the summer. We had the Canadian trip coming up. So we started practice pretty early, and I was just, I don't know, my first college practice in my senior year and playing against RJ, Zion, Cam, Trey, and all those guys. I got my butt kicked.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Coach Shire afterwards, just like I knew I had to get a lot of work in, and there was going to be a good road ahead of me. So I remember that feeling though. It wasn't a great feeling, but you know, I'm happy I went through that.
Yeah, I think most of us have that feeling. Most of us that aren't named, Zion or RJ Barrett, most of us regular people have that feeling. The first couple practices are like, oh, okay, this is a little different.
Yeah, those guys are. It was a crazy experience, and I'm so thankful for it. Just being able to. I think I got so much better and learned so much more about the game. Like competing against them every day in practice. So
yeah. So being a fellow reclasser, what went into your decision to enroll a year early?
Kind of like what I just said. I wanted to. I figured that playing against those guys every day in practice would get me better and prepare me, and so I went for it. We talked with the coaches and just agreed on both ends that it made sense. So the full year preparation going into it, or my freshman year, just working every day with the coaches and that type of thing, and competing against those guys. So it was a great deal.
Yeah. What was your process like in skipping that last year? Like, I know for me, it happened kind of quick, and like I had enough credits and everything. I just needed to take an English class, so I took an English class, and I was still playing AAU, and I was like, we had nationals beginning of August, and then I was at school like 3 weeks later. So it was kind of crazy looking back at it. What was the process like for you?
Yeah, I'm almost identical. It's kind of winding down towards April, and when we kind of decided on both ends that we were going to do it, I had all my credits in order. I had to finish one English class and got that done. And then, within 2 weeks of finishing that, a week or two, I was on campus for the start of summer session. And so, it's such a quick turnaround. You're expecting to go into your final year of high school, then next thing you know, you're on college campus. But I looked at it as a major challenge, and I've always tried to challenge myself, and so I found it pretty difficult to turn down.
Absolutely. No, I know the feeling. I definitely know the feeling. It started off as a joke, honestly. When I was just joking around with my dad, and he was like, "I'll call Wojo and ask him." And I was like, "What?" And then, next thing you know, I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm on campus now." It turned out all right, though. So the last couple of years, obviously, it ended in one way or another due to COVID. Your sophomore year, everything shut down, and then last year, guys had some work to do in the tournament.
Yeah.
And then, season got shut down again with COVID. So what were your emotions like? Because obviously, we come to Duke, we want to play late into March, into early April, and put up banners. What are your emotions like when those opportunities kind of get taken away and not due to your own doing? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of outside influence that stops you from doing that.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, that's major reason why I came here. I wanted to win, and I wanted a chance to win a national championship. So when those opportunities get taken away for something that you don't have much control over, it's like, I want to say devastated, but it's almost like it hurt. I
Mm-hmm.
remember being in the hotel with all the guys when it was sinking in that the season was going to be over, and we were done. And it was just, I'm looking around and at Trey, who I'm super close with, and just kind of thinking I'm probably not going to play with him ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And then our seniors, just knowing that they didn't have the chance to go out there and end it on their own terms and at least
Yeah.
get a chance to go for it, just having it taken away, it hurts. And so this year, kind of remembering the feeling of the two past seasons, and not taking anything for granted. This is an incredible opportunity for us this year, and we have a super close team. So I'm beyond excited to start this journey with them, and that's one thing that me and Dell have kind of been chatting with them about. Is this? I mean, nothing's guaranteed. It can get taken away from you in a second, and when it is, there's no going back. There's nothing you can do about it. So every day we gotta take advantage of it and work our butts off and prepare ourselves. So if we do have that opportunity to play in March and deep into April, like we want, we'll be ready for it.
Yeah. Coming off last year where the team struggled a bit more than we're used to seeing, how much do you think that lack of offseason, because I know, in talking to coach, you guys couldn't really do anything over the summer, with COVID restrictions on campus and things like that. How much do you think that hurt the team heading into the year last year?
Yeah, I mean, that I was talking to somebody about it earlier today. You know how big the summers are here.
Mm-hmm.
You get here early. Me and Dell honestly never really left after the school year finished. We went home for a week or two, and then we were back by early May,
Mm-hmm.
working out with Coach Will and getting in the gym, just grinding. And then the freshmen got here early June, grinding with them, kind of just showing them how it's done. And then the whole team got here July 1st, had a whole month and some change with them. And then, go home for a week, kind of reset. And then we're back at it full throttle, like pick up weights, conditioning, everything, and just going through those hard times together. Not hard times, but you're working, you're getting after it. So going through that together, you get close with the guys, you develop a bond. And last year we didn't have that. Got here late. Everything was like social distance. It was a tough year, and it was a tough year for everybody. So
Yeah.
it's not any excuses, but I mean, this year we were able to develop that relationship within the team, and I think it's gonna hold well for us throughout the year.
Having had that full off season this summer, do you feel like you guys are ahead of the curve or ahead of where you should be at this point in the season?
Yeah, I mean, we've in my opinion, we've had a great off season.
Mm-hmm.
We've been working, guys get in the gym every day, and we push each other. So, I mean, that's all you can ask, really. And going into the first game on Tuesday, just gonna look back on all that work that we put on or put in over the past couple months, and really, trust it and focus in on what we have to get done.
Yeah. What were your emotions like when you found out that you were going to be named the team captain for this year's team?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor
Yeah.
being here for 4 years, and you put your time in, and like I said, I came here to win, and I will do anything to win. And so just throughout the year, the summer, early on when the younger guys are getting here, then the rest of the team just kind of showing them that attitude and that mindset, and how we do things at Duke. Just kind of evolved into how things have happened, and I'm honored. It's something that you dream of as a kid, especially for Coach K, at Duke. Such a big thing. I believe in just gonna keep trying to lead the guys and have a great season this year.
Yeah. I mean, even before you were named captain, you knew you were heading into this year. You're going to be one of the guys that was going to lead the team, being a senior, having gone through it for a few years now. What's been your focus with this team over the summer and in the preseason, heading into the regular season?
I'd just say, leading by example,
Mm-hmm.
especially in practices, showing them how hard you have to play and not taking any plays off, just trying to do things the right way over and over again. Because it's a grind, and it's easy to do things the right way one day, then, take a day off. So just trying to do things consistently, and always just, as a freshman, you know how easy it is to get down on yourself. You miss a
Absolutely.
couple shots, or stuff isn't going quite how you want it to. So just talking to them, checking in on the guys, and letting them know if they need anything, I'm there. And it's a next play mentality. We all have each other's backs, and making sure that they know that, that they have a support system here, that has them through whatever.
And you guys have had two scrimmages thus far. You had the one closed door with Villanova, and then the one at home in front of the fans. What do you feel like the team has learned about itself, having had those two scrimmages, getting a chance to go against a team with a different jersey on?
Yeah, I mean, we prepared to win. The preparation that it takes going into those scrimmages, we were laser focused in practice. Had good days leading up to it, and then Villanova, obviously a big time opponent, and then
Mm-hmm.
our other exhibition game, Winston-Salem State. Making sure that we didn't take anybody lightly, and we prepared the right way, and then when it came time to play, we took care of business. So learning that focus in the preparation, coach always talks about it, and going forward for us this year, that'll be a big thing for us. Making sure we prepare the right way.
Yeah, for sure. And we got Countdown back this year in front of the fans, which I'm sure you were super excited about. Had you forgotten what Cameron was like with everybody in there and with all the fans and everything?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it had been a year and some change, so
Yeah.
it's tough to describe. It.
Mm-hmm.
So running out of that tunnel for the first time, just, crazy. I couldn't stop smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a little kid,
Yeah.
but it was cool to experience it with the younger guys too.
Yeah, for sure.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like he got two freshman classes because the
Yeah,
sophomores haven't had the crazies yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they were out there having fun. So
Yeah, it seemed like it. Uh, so how excited are you to start the season up in the basketball mecca at MSG against Kentucky? I mean, what are your emotions? Fans will be back. It'll be a packed house. It's against another top tier opponent. What are your emotions heading into that game?
I mean, it's all you can ask for as a basketball player. To not having any fans last year, and
Mm-hmm.
then we're starting the season off in the Mecca, the New York City, against a really good opponent, and it's in the Garden. It's prime time. It's what you want, and so we're excited. We've been working our butts off all summer, all fall, and it's such an incredible opportunity for our guys, to start off this way. So we know how great of an opportunity it is, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. So for the Duke fans watching you guys this year, what should they expect from the 2021-2022 Blue Devils?
A team that plays hard every play. We're gonna get after it on defense. We're gonna push the pace, and we're gonna try and get after other teams. And we're not taking anything for granted. Anything. I mean, last 2 seasons, not being able to finish it out the way we wanted to, and kind of understanding that every game that we have is a gift, and we're gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Well, that's all I got. I'm gonna let you go. I'm sure you're busy getting ready for first game of the season, but I appreciate you taking some time out with me. And good luck this year, man. I'll be rooting for you guys, and hopefully see you guys in April.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Take it easy. Before we continue the show, let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up with Bet Rivers yet, now's the time because they are offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. But what sets them apart is that they require just one playthrough to turn your bonus into cash money. With their new Rush Pay instant approval, withdrawing your winnings is safer, more secure, and more reliable. With basketball season tipping off, get in on the action by going to betrivers.com today or by downloading the Bet Rivers iOS app. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, now it's Captain Joey Baker once again, and now we got my producer, Mitchell Gladstone, who's also a fellow Dookie, covered Duke basketball for the Duke Chronicle while he was at Duke. We're just going to chat a little bit about the season, maybe make a few predictions, and, just we're excited. So we're going to talk about Duke basketball because Duke basketball is back tomorrow night.
Man, it is really, really good to just sort of be back, talking about the season. I've been doing this podcast with you for a season plus. So I'm glad to be able to finally sort of show my face. People can know who I am a little bit.
Yeah, this is the guy that makes it work. And I'm just the guy who talks. He, rips it, cuts it up, puts it all together, makes me look good. So he's one of the most important guys in this production for sure.
So let's just sort of run down a few things. We'll go through some questions. I don't like to be the prediction business, but we'll do some maybe a prediction here or there. So we'll start it off with this. Champions Classic coming up tomorrow night. It's an interesting non-conference slate. One true road game at Ohio State. What non-conference game are you most looking forward to seeing for this team?
Yeah, for me, obviously the Kentucky game at MSG, like first game of the season, that's going to be a lot of emotions in that one and highly anticipated. Kentucky's top 10, I think. They're looking to have a bounce back year. We're looking to have a bounce back year. So that'll be it. It is what it is.
It's the Garden. It's the Garden.
Yeah. It'll be exciting, but I think for me, I'm interested to see how the team handles the game at Ohio State. Like you said, true road game against what should be a pretty game opponent. Last time we went up there was my junior year. It didn't end well. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We didn't play very well. We didn't get a win, so hopefully we can get that one back. But yeah, just interested to see how the team handles. Having a true away game. We go to Vegas before then, but everything else is at home. So, and then MSG is basically Cameron North. So right. I want to see how they handle that first real test on the road. Yeah.
I've gotten to be at 2 games at MSG. I know you've probably played there several times. It's different than covering a game, sitting in the stands, whatever. And I'm really excited to see them, play Kentucky. We know how it went the last time Duke played Kentucky in the Champions Classic. That was quite fun. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with that Vegas game you mentioned, Gonzaga. It is. I looked at it as a 10:30 Eastern tip, Black Friday, late. So you're gotta stay up the whole day. Be waiting for that one. You've got Drew Timme, who, we know what he can do. They did lose a lot of their guys, but I've seen the highlights. I'm not a highlights person, so I'll watch the highlights, but I'm really curious to see what Chet Holmgren is like at the college level. We've seen him in a little bit. I've seen him in a little bit of USA basketball. I've read a lot about him. But if he's running the point, I don't know what you mean. Now, Chet versus Paolo, that's going to be, you could easily see him go 1-on-1. So that's something that I'm curious to see. But that's the early season test. If Duke goes in and beats Gonzaga, I mean, you're talking about a team that probably goes right up into the, people are talking about them as a national title favorite then, which if they aren't already.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at like 9 or 10 right now, which I think is a little low, but whatever, it's not a big deal. They don't hand out any trophies in November, but you have a good showing against Kentucky and win the rest of your games. You could be looking at like a top 5 matchup there in Vegas, and that'll be an interesting matchup, man. To see if it like devolves into just 1-on-1 with Paolo and Chad.
I don't even like. I mean, there's literally never been anyone like him. I mean, for people who haven't seen him, I mean, he's a 7-foot stick, but he can shoot the three. He can handle
it. Yeah.
He can dunk. He can protect I mean, it's crazy. I think it's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for sure.
So, all right. Next question. Which player on this Duke team needs to take the biggest leap? So obviously, I guess you could say a freshman, but I guess we're probably leaning more toward returning guys here. So Joey Baker, Wendell Moore, Jeremy Roach, Mark Williams. What are we thinking, Trey?
I'd probably say Jeremy, just because, and not that he had a bad year last year by any stretch, but just because he's the point guard. He's the extension of coach on the court, and he's got a lot of talented guys around him, and so he's gonna have part of being a point guard is not only running the offense but getting it to certain guys at certain times. Understanding when this guy needs a shot or that guy needs a shot. I think that's a hallmark of the great Duke point guards. Like Quinn. When I played with him,
right?
He would know. Okay, been a couple possessions. I need to get Dre a shot, so I'm gonna call this play or call that play. Just so Dre can get a touch, or just so Austin can get a touch, or something, or Seth can get it, whatever it is. So it's not only like taking a leap and I think he could probably shoot the ball better than he did last year, but taking a leap with his like basketball IQ and understanding the game and how to control the game in all aspects, offensively and defensively.
And I agree with you. I mean, look, I think you said it exactly right. Jeremy didn't have a bad season, but I think you expect more. And Duke's been incredibly lucky to have guys who can step in at point guard right away, or there at least hasn't been a void. And so, last year was the first time where it was like, okay, there's a little bit of a void at the point guard spot, and you're asking a guy. They asked a lot of Wendell to run point last year, and so for me, he's the guy that needs to take to step up. And why do I say that? Well, I think with even though the ideal situation is Jeremy running point, you've got other guys who can handle the ball. You've got Trevor who can handle the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Paolo who can bring it up. Wendell can bring it up, but I think Wendell is so much more effective when he's off the ball, when he's able to slash, when he's able to, he doesn't need to be a spot up shooter, but get open and hit shots. He's more capable than being just a point guard. And he's probably going to be this team's, other than Mark Williams at the rim, he's going to be this team's best defender. So for me, there's a lot that Wendell can bring to this team. And so as much as I agree with you that Jeremy needs to, really make a difference, I think the idea of, Wendell Moore doing a lot and being, maybe the second best player on, I mean, even if he's the third best player on this team behind, I would say Paolo and Mark, that's a huge, huge improvement from where he's been. And he was already pretty good last year. He took a big leap last year. I think he's going to take a bigger leap this year. And he's someone who, look, obviously they think very highly of him. They made him a captain. I know we're hoping to bring him on here soon. So y'all can hear from him. But I just, I think very highly. I mean, you've probably been around him more than I have. I mean, what's he like as a person? I mean, I think they obviously think he's going to be a really important piece for this team in terms of leadership.
Yeah, from when I've been around him, he's been a super good, super cool dude. I got to play some pickup with him a couple of years ago, before his freshman year, actually. And I was impressed because he's so strong. And I was like, this kid's a freshman. And it was, when he decided he was going to go to the rim, it was like nothing we could do about it. Because he's like a running back. He get
Right.
the ball right here and like running through arm tackles and getting to the basket. So, yeah, I mean, I think, when he's in attack mode, he's at his best. And, when he's getting downhill, he's a guy that can, one of those guys that can like get us into the bonus quick because you can't do anything but foul him. When he's attacking and getting to the basket, and obviously he's got to be able to knock down some open shots as well. But yeah, I'm excited for his season. Like I think he has if he has a really good year, we have a really good year.
Now I'll sort of lead in the next question with this, which is, you and I have both talked about the two guys who I think are the key pieces to my starting lineup because, obviously Duke is without AJ Griffin right now. He should be back, well, I shouldn't say without. I mean, he played in the scrimmage. I don't know how much he's going to play on Tuesday night, if he's going to be at full strength, if he's going to play at all, whatever it may be, whenever AJ gets, fully back. But I still think, Wendell Moore, Jeremy Roach fill out the lineup. So I think you're going to see Trevor Keels, Paolo Banchero, Mark Williams in the lineup pretty much every game this year. The question is, how do you finish it out with Jeremy and with Wendell and with AJ? And I see AJ coming off the bench, even later in the year. I think he's going to be this. I mean, I know he's a guy that they're talking about being a potential lottery pick. And I just see him being this, my hope is that Jeremy seizes control of the point guard spot, and then you can bring AJ off the bench as this super six man. It could also be Trevor, but I think, and I hope, that it ends up being AJ, because that means everyone else is playing really well.
Yeah. They seem to be really excited about Trevor. I've heard nothing but good things about him from the preseason, and so yeah, I would assume that's the lineup. It'd be Jeremy, Wendell, Trevor, P, and Mark. And as far as finishing, I mean, I think that'll probably kind of change game to game, matchup wise. Because I mean, I think that's kind of the beauty of this team is you can do so many different things. You can put so many different lineups out there. I mean, you can put a tough lineup with Paolo at the 5 out there with 5 ball handlers. You could go huge and put AJ at the 3 with Paolo and Mark. Haven't even talked about Theo.
I was gonna say you could run. I don't know if they ever. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to go ginormous, you could go Paolo at the 3, AJ at the 2. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, I know it's never going to happen. I know it's probably not. But could you ever imagine
to run zone
Wendell at point with those 5? You just truck some people.
Yeah, I don't know about the shooting element with that 5, but Yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of different lineup options and combinations that they can go to, and hopefully some depth that we can tap into this year.
So, looking ahead to the schedule, you've been through an ACC season. You know how it's a grind. And now you only played 18 games. Now they got 20. So
Man.
where is the? I mean, then look, and that's part of the reason why I think I assume one of the reasons why Coach likes to play a lot of those what people might say cupcake. I mean, they still got three big non-conference games, but a lot of those cupcake games, you gotta he does like to figure some things out, and there are benefits. So once they get through that, ACC play now starts in December. Where you see the toughest stretch of the conference season coming?
Hang on, let me check the schedule out. Yeah, there's a stretch starting January 18th at Florida State.
Yep.
Home Syracuse, home Clemson, then at Louisville, at Carolina.
Yeah.
And then home Virginia. So I mean, it's 6 games. That's a lot of games, but
yeah,
it's almost a month. But I mean, I think that's a tough stretch. You go to Florida State, always tough to play there. Go to Carolina, obviously. At Carolina is always tough. At Louisville, tough place to play. Although they tend to give up big leads sometimes.
I was in the building that night. That's still.
Man, I'm
still
sure that was fun.
Etched in my memory.
I remember that. I remember watching that in the living room, and that was a fun one to watch.
I did not go to sleep that night. I think I had a 6 a.m. flight back to Durham from Louisville. I was wired. Had a nice 4 a.m. Waffle House or 3. It was like 3 a.m. Waffle House right next to the hotel.
Yeah.
So
that's honestly like the silence of a road crowd is like right up there with like the excitement of your own home crowd. Like it's so good. It's so good.
I remember. Well, I was trying to get down because I had to go down to the locker room, and all the way they're trying to come up the stairs to get out, and I was trying to just make my way, and they were already unhappy with the result, and then me trying to push through, they were just like, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to get down. Like, I'm sorry.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. I was a neutral, but I'm a Duke student. My allegiances lie in one place. No, for me, I picked a similar long stretch like you. So Duke plays Florida State on February 19th, and then that's the second to last home game. They go at Virginia, at Syracuse, at Pitt, and everybody knows what's going to be coming on the backside of that game. March 5th, last game in Cameron, North Carolina, Coach K's final game at home. And you just look at it like, okay, they're going to, whatever happens in Florida State, you're going to have those 3 games. And all everybody's been talking about for 2 weeks is Coach K's last game, Coach K's last game at Cameron, Coach K's last. And so, they're going to have to get through that. I mean, it's kind of it's going to be a fun stretch. They're going to go on the road. It's going to be his last time at Virginia, last time at Syracuse, playing Jeff Capel in the last game before coming back. So it's going to be just a very interesting stretch of games. All 3 tough places to play. I mean, you've played. You never got to play at Syracuse, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did.
We were the first one.
Not fun to shoot in that place, is it?
Nah, it's really weird. It's hard to the depth perception is like it's terrible. From the right corner in front of Syracuse's bench, so our first half right corner, impossible. Can't shoot. You can't make a shot from there.
So and when with a young team, you just never know. Weird things happen there. So I look at that being just a brutal stretch.
Yeah, I mean the nice part about that, if there is a nice part, is there's at least 3 days between all of them.
Right.
So there's no like Saturday, Mondays.
So Saturday. I mean, for me, it was always like just kind of hectic. But for you, how hard is it to go? Especially, this year. I'm looking at it right. This year they have at Carolina, then come play at home at Virginia. So that's not.
Yeah, that's a
not
stretch.
cheap.
That's tough.
But at least it's at home. You're not like I've heard Coach talk about before about having to go and play a road game Monday after a home game.
Yeah.
So, that's just
we
brutal.
did that a lot. Yeah, that's hard. Because it's hard either way. Like it's hard if you lost the first one, because now you're like, shit, we gotta win the second one. But then it's also hard if you won the first one, because now you got to turn the page and like get on to the next thing. And one of the best things we do at Duke is prepare. And
right.
so only having the one day, especially if you're traveling, like that day is pretty much shot.
Right.
Or if you're traveling back,
right.
You get back at whatever. We play at 9 all the time. So like,
right.
You get back at 2, 3 in the morning. You're tired, but then,
right.
We got to come in, and you can't do anything physical because you had a game yesterday and you got a game tomorrow. So mostly just film stuff. And, do a little bit of walkthrough stuff. And then, next day you're playing another game. So, and the other thing is like, you don't really get a chance to like evaluate the game before.
Right.
So, things that went right or things that went wrong, you don't really get a chance to like look at the film and say, okay, let's do this, let's not do this. So like your mistakes tend to, if you're making a mistake on Saturday, you're probably making the same mistake on Monday because you don't have a whole lot of time to address those things. You have no time to address those things in between the games.
All right. So one more question, then we'll go rapid fire, and then we'll wrap it up. So, what player is going to be the biggest surprise this season? Just relative to what people are expecting from them.
Probably nationally, like I would say Trevor. I think Trevor will surprise some people. Not me. I bought stock in Trevor Keels a while ago. But yeah, I think Trevor might be a big surprise.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too big a surprise where we lose him after 1 year.
And that's always the hard part. But I don't know, man. You just having a spot up shooter. And he's not even just a spot up shooter, but you know what the benefit of someone who can knock down shots is consistently. So for me, I watched Countdown, and Theo John. Dude is a tank. You talked about it. You talked about it the last. I heard you talk about it on the preview episode with Robin. But man, dude is just a beast.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part. I'm sure they're gonna play him with Bark every once in a while, but if you can get 25 good minutes out of Mark and get 15 good minutes out of Theo, or even 10 good minutes out of Theo and 25, and you're playing small ball for 5, that's all this team needs from him. Be steady, be solid, crash the glass, protect the paint, and whatever offense you get as a bonus. I don't think this team's be hurting for offense. But you with a young team, you always need defense. You always need rim protection. And you know what you're getting with him.
Yeah.
So for me, Theo. All right. Quick rapid fire. We looked at the schedule a little bit. Stephen F. Austin game happened this year?
No.
No. I mean, I think Cleveland State's like maybe the best team. They got a good coach, Dennis Gates, but yeah, there's nothing. This is like.
Dennis is a good friend of mine. But I won't be rooting for him in that one. And I mean, I just think we've got too much. We got too much offense to lose one of those games.
All right.
So like even if you
yeah,
aren't playing defense, I think we'll just outscore people in those games.
You taking Paolo or the field for leading scorer?
Paolo.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I can't pick against him. I mean, he's.
Yeah, I've seen him in person.
I mean, I mean, I think there's like a small part of me that's like slightly scarred from last year. No offense to Jalen, I think he just I don't know, but I mean, small part that's like slightly scarred. It's not going to work out, but everyone just is talking. I mean, I just can't wait to see Paulo.
Yeah, and no disrespect to Jalen, Paolo is not Jalen.
That's it's gonna be fun, man. All right. This is probably I hate predictions, but first and second team first and second team all ACC. Who's how many guys make it? Who's making? How many Duke guys make it? Top two teams.
Paolo, Wendell, and Mark make it. So 3.
Paolo,
Mark is all defense as well. Mark is the ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, I'm with you on Trevor Keel's stock. So I say 4. Those 3 plus.
Oh well, yeah. Well, Trevor will be rookie.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll definitely be rookie. I think he's gonna just go off though. I think he's gonna let.
You think he has that good of a year where he's?
I think he's just gonna be such a good scorer for this team. I mean, I think he ends up being that. And that's he's the reason why I like almost hesitate on Paolo, even though I don't think that's gonna be the case. I mean, I think he's gonna just knock down 2 or 3 threes a game and just be that good of a scorer. So
yeah, I just Paolo's a pro.
Yeah, no, so that's why I'm not picking against him. I'm not picking against him. I'm just telling you.
That dude's a pro.
I know this is probably one. Who we think anyone gets Coach a good going away gift, not an actual going away gift as in something stupid like. You think anyone gives him anything good?
Like a team, like one of the
team, like a school.
I think Carolina will do something cool. And
yeah, I mean, it would be different if Roy was there. I think Syracuse. I think
Roy will be there.
Right, Roy will be there. I'm sure. I bet Jim Boeheim gives him something really good when they go up to Syracuse. And
a sleeper would be Virginia. I think Tony Bennett's a super high class dude. Yeah. So
I'm all give me all the Tony Bennett stock. I love Tony Bennett.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. How many wins does Duke get against the Carolina this year?
Both. I'm not ever gonna pick. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm with you. I think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be. Decent and probably better than some people expect. Just because, I mean, Huber's a good coach. They've got a really talented team. They got some really nice guys, but I still, I don't know. You can't. I can't pick against Duke in either game.
No,
and there's no way they're losing that last game. If they lose that last game, I don't even want to. I don't even want to think about.
You're gonna have to put a hell of an effort together to beat us in Coach's last game in Cameron. That's gonna be a lot of magic going on in that game. So I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one to get us in.
Whatever calls happen in that game, everyone's beyond saying, "Oh, the refs, Coach K working the refs." Well, exactly.
When you get 1,100 wins, maybe you get a couple calls too.
Okay. You almost forgot me. We almost forgot one. That reminds me. You said 1,100 wins. Coach needs 30 total this year. Does he get the 1,200?
Yeah.
I think
30. They get 30 wins.
I
How
think
many
so
are
too.
they playing?
So
Regular
you have, I think you have 31 in the regular season. Then it counts ACC and NCAA tournament. So you can play up to. They would play up to 40.
40. Yeah, they're getting 30.
All right. I'm with you. I'm
gonna go. What is it? 31.
31.
So we'll go like 28-3.
Ooh, yeah. I ACC is such a grinder. I'll go 26-5. But
they nice 28-3.
But they'll get there in the tournament.
They get to 30 in Brooklyn at Barclays.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll hold you to that one. All right. So I think you answered the last question with that. First time since 2006, does Duke win an outright regular season title? I know I don't like doing tournament predictions. Final Four. That's do it. You know the tournament. It's a crapshoot. It's all in the bracket. We have no freaking clue what that's going to look like right now. So I'm not even going to go there. But ACC title, regular season outright. Does Duke do it for the first time since 2006?
No.
Wow, I'm surprised. All right. Okay. So
it's so hard. Like
it is so hard
to win the regular season.
This is the year. I mean, the league is down. I think Florida State's probably the second best team, but like I can't even tell you anything about their team.
Well, I guess I don't know. I guess I can't say no. At 28-3, you probably won the regular season.
I think this is the year. This is the team.
It's always like a stupid game though. It's like
it is. Like
we'll lose at Pitt or something. What are we doing?
I just look at this team and I mean the fact that you go back and then that's the crazy part, right? Is you look at think about the last couple of years. You mean that Zion team? They didn't win outright regular season title.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hard.
It is so. I get it.
Hard. And they were really good.
And again, my reasoning is the league is down this year. I don't think there's any team that's nearly as good as Duke. And like we said, Coach K's last year, gonna be some magic. There's gonna be some extra wishes coming from Greensboro. I can just tell you that. So I say yes. I don't know how. I said we need to explain the reasoning. I don't know how.
How did they go 26-5 and win the regular season?
I think they're gonna lose to Gonzaga, lose to Ohio State.
What? Ohio State?
On the road. It's that's why I like playing true road. That's why I like playing true road games.
So you think they lose back-to-back games? I'm not seeing that.
Man, I didn't think about that. That's fair. I don't know.
I'm not seeing that. But
yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe okay. Let's push up to 27-4. 27-4. 27-4. Outright regular season champs, 13-3 in conference. Lose to Gonzaga. Lose 3 games in the ACC.
Wait, how many conference? Wait, what was it? 1, 2.
Or why did I say 13-3? What am I saying?
Yeah, it's 20 games, right? So 17-3.
Yeah. God, that seems like a lot. That's too many wins. That's too many wins. I don't know, man.
But like UVA runs through the conference every regular season. It's so it's stupid.
You know what? We can talk about it all we want. That's why they're gonna play the games.
Yeah.
Tuesday night. I am gonna be. I will confess on here. I'm gonna probably be working during the first half I will have my iPad at work for my bosses who I'm sure are not listening to this. I can guarantee that. I will be watching while I write up my recap, and then I'll book it back home 10 minutes to watch second half.
All right.
Gonna be.
So prediction, I know you're not, but Kentucky prediction. Final score. Go.
Man, you give me your. I don't even know what's the line. What's it supposed? I mean.
All right. Look that up.
So I'll give you the quick look. So Ken Pom, which is notoriously inaccurate on its game predictions, but they usually do. The line probably isn't up yet. Okay, so Ken Pom has it as 75-74 Duke winning over Kentucky. I like it being slightly lower scoring just because it's the first game, kind of nerves in the Garden.
Duke's
probably minus
128. Kentucky plus 106.
That's all that I know. Even if you're not, I know you're looking on Bet Rivers because Bet Rivers, our sponsor, we gotta get the plug.
Duke's favorite by 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. All right.
I'll take Duke all day on that.
All right. Duke 76, Kentucky 71.
Because it's first game of this season, I think defense will be not all the way where it needs to be for both teams. So I'll go a little higher scoring. I'll say 92-79.
Oof.
Yeah, I think we get them up out of there.
Hey, look. I know the last time Duke played, they dropped 117. So
it was a lot.
Maybe something like that. That was too much fun. I don't think I don't know if we're having that much fun. I don't know if we're going to be enjoying the last 30 minutes of the game like we did the last time. But
I think we get away from them.
I am super stoked. Hopefully, we'll get back on. I'll hop on post game locker room or whatever we're doing. I don't know what we're doing this year.
I might do. For those listening, I may do some Twitter Spaces. So follow me on.
That's right, Twitter Spaces.
Follow me on Twitter, Dre_Dawkins.
Yeah, dude. Twitter Spaces. That's good call. All right, Twitter Spaces. I can't promise you I'll be there on Tuesday night, but I'll be there. You'll hear me. You don't have to see me again. But I'm super ready. Let's get this rolling, man.
So for those people who I know we did locker room last year. I know we had a core group of people that came. Probably gonna go over to Twitter this year. So if you don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter. Just follow me. That's fine. Dre_Dawkins. I think I'm gonna actually schedule one, do a pregame or something like that, and then we'll probably do a post game reaction, hang out, and just chat about the game. Hopefully after a win. But I was doing, I do my post game reacts, win or loss. So because it's always, I'm always down for the Blue Devils. So check me out. Follow me on Twitter. Hop into that, and we can chat about some Duke basketball.
Dre, this is fun. I know you'll have better guests than me, but I hope I suffice for the listeners for this one.
Well, we had Joey too, so
that's fair.
It evens it out a little bit.
It balances out my weaknesses with his. He's got the looks and the basketball. I got none of that. So
he's definitely got the looks on both of us.
There was even if I was half decent, which I'm not, I would by far be the worst shooter on this podcast episode. So all right, good stuff, man. Looking forward to the rest of the season with you.
Yes, sir.